Libra, and welcome to Live in the Solution. I am your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for February the 10th through February the 16th. Guys, this is for Libra. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Libra for February the 10th through the 16th? I've already meditated on these and made an intention, but this, you can never do too much. Okay, 3 cards for Libra, please. Oh, is that 3 cards? Wow, that's 4 cards. Okay, we're going to take that. So we're going to do that. Let's have a look. Oh, wow, there is crossover here, guys. So check out your sun, moon, and rising in the show more section below, or the description box, whatever you like to call it. And this is these are your clarifying cards. This is for Libra. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Libra through these clarifying cards for February the 10th through the 16th? Please clarify before. Oh, there we go. Please clarify. Oh, I'm not. I don't know if I should take that, even though it fell out, but I'm going to say that that was meant to happen. Please clarify the Ace of Cups and the 5 of Cups. There we go. Yeah. Ooh, lovely. Okay. Let's take a look at these cards. Now, the first card out for you is the 4 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands is really about, this is about creating a foundation. It's a celebration. Look, it's like a celebration with friends and family. It's a completion of something, which kind of correlates with the full moon that just happened, right? So this is the 8th, 9th, and this is from the 10th to the 16th. So that can be something has come to completion. So maybe you finished a project and you're really proud of it, and you know, this is like a wonderful foundation. It's like a 4-poster bed, you see, from which to jump. So you really are in a celebratory mood. You're very proud of what you've accomplished. And look, clarifying it is the Wheel of Fortune. I've got to sing that song, Libra. I'm sorry. It's like the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your direction. I'm gonna make you love me. Oh, yes, I will. You know I will. I could go on, but I'll stop myself. So the Wheel of Fortune comes into a reading. The Wheel of Fortune is forever turning, right? It's always turning. And it goes up, and then it comes down, and it goes up. So this is coming into your reading because it is on the way up. Grab a hold of it. Jump on that Wheel of Fortune, darling, while it's dragging you up to the top. Because sure as anything, it will, you know, it gets to the top and then it comes down again. That's life. Life is like waves, right? That's energy, right? Waves. Energy is waves. And so life goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. Some people, it goes like this. And some people, it's like, shh. You know, that's me. Shh. Anyway, you have the Empress. Now, the Empress is the divine feminine. When she comes into a reading, it is saying, get in touch with your feminine, sensual side. We all, men and women, have male and female, masculine and feminine energies within. We are all yin yang, right? So this is getting in touch with that beautiful feminine energy. Now she is pregnant with ideas. She's creative. She's creating abundance. She is, I always think of her as like creating wonderful, incredible things, not worrying about anything else. Look, when you are in creation, you are connected to source energy. You know, that comes through. This is you channel that. Some people are like, I don't even know where that comes from, because they're channeling it. They're in the zone when they're being creative. The time just goes. There's no time. You know, it's just beautiful. Now, what's interesting is clarifying this, the Empress, is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords, this fell out, wasn't sure if I was taking it, but I'm glad I did, because I do think that this was meant to be there. The Ten of Swords is, look, darling, he's been stabbed in the back. You know, he's gone through a lot. This is like pain and torture and, you know, not seeing it coming. It's like, you know, somebody betrayed you, friends betrayed you. You know, you felt betrayed by others, people that were close to you. You just did not see this coming. Now, this has been a long time of torture and pain and suffering. And this is the Ten of Swords. Tens are endings and beginnings. So this is the end of a difficult time, Libra. I really feel that you've been through the ringer. You've really... But when this comes in, it's saying you're ready to let this go. And I don't even have to say that to you. You are so ready to move on from this. And this is the time to start afresh. Tens are ending. Let this go. Leave it in the past. And I feel that you are. And your creativity and abundance, I see so much abundance in your reading that you will easily leave this behind and start afresh. So it's about learning to trust again. It's about learning to trust in you. It's about learning to trust in others around you. Go where it's warm, you know. That's what I just got to go with, where it's warm. And look, here we have two cards. We have the Ace of Cups and the Five of Cups. The Ace of Cups is this beautiful new beginning. It's a new thing. It can be a new love, a new love interest. It can be intuition and psychic abilities. This could be a new little child that's coming into your family somewhere. It can be, you know, yours or someone else's. But this is my cup floweth over, right? This is beautiful love coming in. Unfortunately, you have the Five of Cups right next to it. So this makes me think that you are focused on what you have lost. And the only way to get out of this feeling is you have to focus. This is a cup half empty kind of attitude. You have to focus on the cup half full. She's just, all she's doing, this is known as crying over spilt milk. All she's doing is focusing on the cups that have, you know, spilt, been broken, and they're gone. You can't bring them back. They're gone. So when this card comes in, the Five of Cups, you're being asked to focus on what you have. Look, gratitude is the antidote for this energy, because it's so kind of negative and like, oh, and we can all go there, even kind of unconsciously we can go there. So you can be, sometimes I can find myself going down that road and I'm like, what am I doing, you know? And so then I focus on what I have. And then I'm grateful for what I have. And if I practice gratitude on a regular basis, then I have more things to be grateful for. I mean, really, it really works. So be the half full glass kind of person, not the half empty. Focus on what you have. Be grateful. Celebrate the magic in every moment. And because, you know, look, the Wheel of Fortune's coming, you've got to jump on it. And by jumping on it, you've got to see that. You've got to see the abundance and the fortune around you for it to manifest. And then, look, clarifying the Ace of Cups and the Five of Cups, you have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles, this is known as the Apprentice card. So this is also focusing on creativity, right? It's being so laser focused on creating something wonderful. It's also telling you it's time to give your profession or your life purpose or your job the time and attention that it deserves. Perhaps you have a hobby, a creative hobby or something that can turn into a life purpose. So look, he's so intent on creating something wonderful, and that's where your abundance lies, right? Because you've got all this will come down. All those coins are on one side. You've already got a couple down here, so they are going to come down. The more you know, the more you focus on, listen, it's like becoming a master. Even if you are a master, become the master teacher. There's always room for improvement. And that is where your abundance and riches lie. Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and stay tuned for the astrological report coming up next. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, thank you for staying on to listen to the astrology report and find out what's going on in the celestial sky for this week. So this is for the week of February the 10th through the 16th, and there's not a lot going on during the week. There's nothing, well, look, Friday, it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to you guys. I would say if you don't have a Valentine, be your own Valentine. Give yourself a romantic evening, a bubble bath or glass of wine, or, go out with friends, or, pamper yourself in some way. You don't have to feel out of sorts on Valentine's Day, and it's only a commercial holiday anyway, so it's not that important. But there are no exact aspects, and normally I don't talk about the moon, but as it's Valentine's Day, I decided to mention that the moon is in Scorpio. Now, when the moon is in Scorpio, the energy of Scorpio is intense. It's deep, it's meaningful. Scorpio doesn't have time for shallow friends. It's all about, something's got to mean something. It's got to be deep and purposeful. So this is kind of it can be a very intense, romantic evening on Valentine's Day. Now, not only is the moon in Scorpio on Valentine's Day, it also interacts with 3 planets. The first of which is Uranus. The second is Mercury, and the third, closely following that, is Jupiter. Now, Uranus will kind of bring in that unexpected energy. It's the planet of sudden happenings. So plans can change in the flash of an eye. So expect the unexpected. Somebody could call up and cancel plans, or even show up without warning and make plans with you. So remember spontaneity. Remember that word. Be spontaneous. And listen, Mercury's the planet of communication. So, conversations will flow, it'll be flirty, and Jupiter's coming in. There's going to be an abundance of love, laughter, and joy. Now, I will say we are getting ready for Mercury to go retrograde. So we need to be very mindful and cognizant of the things that we say. Our conversations can be taken out of context, and that is not our intention. That may not be our intention, I should say. So we need to be really careful about that. Now, so listen, the only day that something major is happening is Sunday. And there are 2 major events on Sunday. The first is Mars moves into Capricorn. Now, Whenever a planet moves into another sign, it's huge energy shift. And Mars is this planet of action, right? It wants to be, it's antsy, it's got to be moving all the time. It's got, it's got so much energy and it wants to get things done. It's the planet of war, it'll start a war, anything to get moving. So Capricorn is the planet of ambition, but also planning. And actually, Capricorn will plan something and follow it through to completion. So Mars loves being in Capricorn. It's actually exalted in Capricorn, which means it can fully express, he can fully express himself. Mars is very happy in Capricorn and will be able to complete projects and things that are started. So this is an incredible energy to work with. I mean, start anything that you've kind of left on the back shelf, get it out and start doing it, because you will have the stamina that will carry you through to completion. So anything you start is it's a really good opportunity. Ride the crest of the wave, darling, co-create with the universe. And then, darling, the dreaded Mercury going retrograde. Mercury retrograde. If you don't know anything about astrology, I'm sure you've heard of Mercury retrograde. Blame it on Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is the planet of communication. It's also the planet of logic, your thought process. It rules electronics, mechanics, local travel. So, city, the public transport. So things can be delayed under Mercury retrograde, right? So what we have to do, the first thing we have to do is to allow for extra time to get to work or for any appointments, any important appointments. We must always tack on extra time in anticipation of those delays. Now, we must always check our texts and emails. This energy, Mercury retrograde, we don't see the details. We're completely blinded to certain things that happen to me. We're in the shadow. We're already feeling it right now. So we're in the shadow period, because as Mercury slows down, the qualities of the planets, any planet that slows down ready to go retrograde, all the symbolism from that planet is amplified. So we are really, it's really slowing down. Sunday, it stations to go retrograde. It'll be retrograde till March 8th, 9th, I think it is. I have to double, I'm pretty sure it's March 8th or 9th. And then we have a shadow period after that until it kind of picks up speed when it changes direction. There's a way to handle, you can get a lot of things done in Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde can really help you in certain areas. This is an amazing time or an incredible opportunity to organize and clean and clear out. Donate those clothes that have been there for ages that don't fit you or you haven't worn for a long time. Donate them or sell them. Clear the decks. Minimalism is the word, right? So get rid, and this is a time of reflection. So it's a perfect time to meditate. It's wonderful to sort things out in your house, to clear things out, to get rid of garbage or things that you don't, really just organize and chuck it out. This is a time to plan, but don't execute. So anything that you can do behind the scenes, anything you can prepare, perhaps if you're in a business, you might be developing a new program. That's perfect to do all that work and then launch it when at the new moon or when Mercury goes direct. So we can work with these energies. We'll miss words out, we'll say the wrong words. I'm going to apologize in advance for everything that I say wrong now because that happens. So listen, I just want to say I do have a Facebook group that's an astrology group, and it's a private group, and every 2 weeks I do a live feed in that group, and we look at the new moon and the full moon and how we receive it respectively every 2 weeks. So whomever shows up will look at their sign, and we'll see which area of their lives they're receiving this energy, and whatever else is going on. And then I also have my tarot cards on hand to answer questions. So it's a lovely group. It's filled with love. My only requirement is that you do have a profile photo and you've had an account for a while. I don't want fake accounts, so I've had to erase a couple of accounts that were fake. And but it's lovely. It's such a lovely thing. So I hope you will join me there. Listen, sign up for my newsletter, because some really cool things are coming up and I'm going to be letting people know. Everything is below. All the links below. You can check it out. Another way to help me is through Patreon. And I post things on there I don't post anywhere else. And I put the report, the astrological report, the written report, I put that up before these videos are released there. And there's different tiers. You can support me for as little as $1 a month there. It's not a lot of money, but it is to me. I can do a lot with that. So what else? That's it. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.